Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and I sometimes have the sun on my face and sometimes not, so I'll be squinting sometimes. um, I wanted to talk a little bit about my trip with my dad and my brother. Um, I can't talk too much about it though, because I get really negative about it. And my dad and my brother were really unlucky because both their trip to and their trip from Sweden were really affected by strikes and mechanical problems of the aircrafts. So they ended up making it. It was fine, but it was a lot of stress on my dad. And also, the whole reason that they came was to renew my brother's passport. And I don't want to get too much into it, but I might get into trouble, but I hate the police. Let's just say that. I'm not going to go into more detail about that. But yeah, so my brother was having trouble with renewing his passport due to some kind of administrative issue. Also humiliating my family in the process. When my brother and my dad hadn't done anything wrong, they had provided all the right documents. So yeah, my brother will have to go to Paris and show more documents, more than was said originally, in order to get his Swedish passport. So anyway, I didn't have as much fun as I thought I would, and also I felt more tired than I thought I would. And my dad and my brother, they know that I can't cook, and yet they ask me to cook. And my dad gets even more worried and about money. He gets really touchy about spending money, and he's quite, he's not very generous with his money. And I wanted to talk to my psychologist about this, but my psychologist did not come to the book time, and he apologized in the end, and I'm going to be meeting him tomorrow. But this is something that is affecting me, and it's this crazy worry about money that really I don't need to be worried about, because I have the privilege, I have the luck in life that I actually don't need to worry about money in the same way that other people do. Not that I'm rich by any sense, but the fact that I don't need to worry about money is basically being rich nowadays. So I can't. I'm trying to let go of those old ideas. It has to do with obsessions. It has to do with. I'm trying to deconstruct what this means. Why I'm like this? Why does this fill me with so much anxiety? And I do know that my dad is a big part of why I have such a complex around buying things, spending money. I just don't know what I'm doing, and I feel extreme worry about these things, and it affects my life really negatively, because it stops me from actually managing in life. Like, I had the social workers come to my house today, and my vacuum cleaner stopped working right then and there. Like, it only lasts. It's a handheld one that isn't coupled to the wall, but it only lasted like 2-3 years before now it's lost all of its battery. Basically, it can only do its work for 2 minutes before it dies. And I wasn't aware of that problem, and then I got that problem, and then I realized, oh no, I need to buy a new vacuum cleaner, and it stressed me out so much, and I couldn't continue. This was the second time that a social worker came to my house. She's basically just a body doubling person. She helped me out like with folding my clothes into my cabinet. Yeah, it was fine, but it really tires me out every time. So anyway, I have a lot of stress in my body. I am trying to, do things that are calming and releasing these things. But yeah, so what was good about the trip was that my dad and my brother had a car, and so they had a rental car, and we were able to go to different places where I usually can't go. There's a nature reserve close to where I live where I never actually gotten to go to. But it was raining the whole time, so it wasn't really lucky in that sense either. It was raining. It rained 4 days in a row, and it happened to be the days that my dad and my brother came. And now it's like full sun, So yeah, my dad and my brother were pretty happy because in France it's like stinking hot, so they were happy to have it a little bit cooler, but it was too rainy to enjoy much. Then we went to an island called Birka that's close to Stockholm, in the Stockholm archipelago, but more inland. And it's the first town of the Vikings. There isn't much to see there, which was quite disappointing though. There are like these little bunches of earth, these mounds in the ground that were graves. So that's all there is to see. It was at its peak, 1,000 people lived there. Not much to see on the actual island, but the museum was interesting. There were also quite a few farm animals because it's now like half of the island is just farms now. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend going to Birka. I would recommend going to Sigtuna, which was the town that then took over once Birka died out, basically. Birka was between 700 and 900 after Christ. And Sigtuna was like in the thousands. So, Charlemagne and all that were happening in Europe, and yeah, but it's interesting to find out about how they had all these trade routes and how they got silver from the Orient, where they got to actually trade these furs against silver. And there was a warrior woman who was buried in a silk cap with silver ornaments, and they thought first it was a man, but then it was a woman, right? When they actually analyzed the bones, and she was sitting on a saddle, like she was buried sitting upright and like this, with a sword behind her back. And it made and the archaeologist that found this was actually a geologist, but he documented everything very neatly, and so thanks to him we know a lot about Birka now. There was the problem. The reason that Birka did not stand the test of time is unknown, but there is a suspicion that it's because it never got Christianized. Saint Ansgar came to Birka and then tried to make it Christian, and then Norse, but they were a few people converted to Christianity, but not all of the people there. And so there was a period of time where they found crosses, and there were some people who were worshipping, but it never became completely Christian. And so the problem is that there was better trade within the Christian world. So it's when Sigtuna became Christian and became the place to buy things, then everything moved to that place. Sigtuna is a very cute town. I haven't actually been to the archaeological site of that area, so that would probably be much more interesting to see. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed, but the museum was good. I think that I was very, very tired. We saw some rune stones, which was quite cool. But you know, a lot of places in Sweden have a rune stone. It's often like a rune stone like at the edge of a field, and so it's like, oh look, let's drive to the middle of nowhere and find this rune stone. The rune stones often say like the same sort of thing. They often say like Sigrid or Sigvard or Inger or something made this made this bridge for her brother or her son or his dad, Harold or something, and they will write this up inside a snake that will. It's like the snake is two bands, right? So that, and the writing is inside two bands, and then it goes around like that. So that was cool to see. We also went to a town where I hadn't been since I was a little child, and I actually remember that I flew a kite there. My dad was like, "What do you mean you flew a kite there? Don't you remember anything else about the castle and the city?" And I was like, "No." And he didn't remember me being in a kite, but I remember distinctly that I had a Barbie kite, and it was the one and only time that I flew a kite. And I remember it didn't go so well, but I remember doing it in this specific park. So I got to reminisce what this flash of memory was. So that was kind of interesting. Also, I saw where my parents had their wedding reception, which was kind of castle thing. We only got a glimpse though, because we had to go on a boat to go to the island, so we were short on time. My dad and my brother made a lot of sandwiches because my dad didn't want to spend any money on takeouts or anything, so I got a stomachache from all the pet sandwiches, and also me making food is never a good idea, so yeah. I got some stuff. I got a package. I mean, you can guess, not ethical at all, but I try to limit my purchases from this app, and I get like a batch at a time, and I try not to, you know, go overboard on what I buy, but I was buying things that were actually kind of useful. So I actually got myself the sunflower lanyard. I got myself one of those because the airports, Arlanda airport from Stockholm, where I usually fly, they don't actually they don't recognize this. So it sucks, but I hope that maybe there's somebody out there who knows about these. You'd think that Sweden would be a little bit more advanced on this kind of stuff, but so I usually, apparently in some airports, they will give you the thing for free. I found a website, and then like the shipping was way too much, so yeah. I got this phone cover, which has like frogs and mushrooms, so I hope that it will work out well, because my phone cover is actually a little bit teared. Then I got myself a little, like, this timer thingy that is good because it shows you, like, it becomes red when you click it like this, and then it, yeah, so it makes that noise when you're doing that. I also got myself a head mask. It's the same head mask that I usually sleep with. Probably tons of chemicals and bad stuff in there, but somehow I sleep well with my old one. It's just that the elastic has started to grow bad. So somehow that is helping me. Then I got myself this this shower thingy, like you put the shampoo in it and you massage your head with it, and I think that I'm like not massaging deeply enough, because I with my fingers. I don't like to go deep into that. So by using this, maybe I'll get my shampoo deeper into my scalp. I also got myself a little duster that is a frog, which is really cute. So maybe it will actually make me want to clean. Maybe, we hope. I got myself some like patches for my shoes because I have holes in my shoes and I can't let go of them just yet, so I have these patches. I also bought myself like this vat that you can, it's like a mini tub, and so I'm thinking like if I'm having a really low spoons day, like I can put water in this tub and like wash my hair separately from my body, because I can't deal with getting my body washed sometimes. Sometimes I need to like just do my hair and not get the rest of my body wet, and so I think that that is going to be good for like those emergency cases, you know. And then I got myself doormats that is still rolled up, so because I haven't had a doormat all this time for a whole year, and that messes up my house. So yeah, I think that these were pretty useful purchases, but yes, it's not an ethical company that I did it from, so I have now uninstalled it from my phone, and I'm intending on not buying anything from there for a very long time, at least. You know, maybe I bought something from there like once every year, every 2 years even, because, you know. Anyway, I have been pretty negative in the video, but I'm trying to like let go and vent a little bit without sounding too negative. It's just like I feel like my energy was all sapped from my dad and my brother coming by. I think that like I need some time to just re-regulate and everything. It's just that I'm not allowed to do that at the moment because I keep having things to do. So my ESFP friend wants to go party, and I've already said no once, so now it's like I feel like I can't say no twice. I feel tired about it even before. These flies just keep coming. Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a better time than me. I'm fighting, you know, I'm trying. And it's not like I'm doing badly per se, but it's just like I feel like I'm fighting the urge to just lie down and give up on all the things that I want to do. And you know, I keep putting the motor up and doing the things, you know, and if I do this for too long, it does lead to me becoming burnt out, so I'm trying not to. Anyway, that was the clock telling me that it's time to end this video, so have a great day, everybody. Bye.